what to do when a koala is injured by a passing car. A koala, Australian koala. Or we're going to extrapolate from this what to do when a person is deeply hurt or injured. I want to read Galatians chapter 6, the first 3 verses. It says, "Brothers, if a man is overtaken in a fault, you who are spiritually mature, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. Bear one another, carry one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. For if a man thinks himself to be something when he's nothing, he deceives himself." Have you ever seen an animal caught in an illegal hunting trap? Or a bird snared and struggling in a net? And everything in you wants to reach out and help and get that creature out of the snare and pain it's in and to set it free? I learned a long time ago in Australia that if you happened upon an injured koala, and by the way, a koala is not a bear, it's a marsupial, that if you happen to find an injured koala on the roadside, and that would have likely have happened while it was trying to cross the road from one side to the other to another eucalyptus tree. The locals in Australia call eucalyptus gum trees. I learned, if you see a koala in such a situation, whatever you do, don't just go and try to pick it up. They have very sharp claws and could badly maul you in self-defense. So what do? It's ideal to best to throw a thick blanket over it, and then preferably wearing protective gloves, pick it up and transport it to a veterinarian who can treat it. You cannot really blame the koala for reacting in such a manner, for wanting to claw you. You know why? Number 1, it's hurt. 2, it's in pain. 3, it's not used to you, it doesn't know you. And 4, it's unable to understand or realize that you're only trying to help or be kind and that you care. Now this actually serves as a powerful analogy, a real life situation that's a powerful analogy for what I'm building up to. In our human interpersonal relationships, be they at home, in the marriage or family, with children or siblings, or at work, in the neighborhood, community, or even in the church, there would likely be one or more folk who you know who could be not just carrying such hurt from their past, but desperately looking for love, acceptance, and affection from those around them. And when we try to reach out to them, to minister to them, or befriend them, they suddenly snap at us or strike out against us, leaving us to wonder why. What did we do wrong? Did we do or say something inappropriate? How did we offend them? But quite likely, it's not anything we did at all. It's just their automated self-defense mechanism kicking in, saying, "Stay away from me, don't get too close." Ironically, they really want or need the help and are hoping you won't go away. But invariably and understandably, we do retreat. We, the ones who want to help, do retreat because of the response we see from them. And then they are left in their emotional pain. And why are they afraid of letting us too close? Because they were hurt by someone in their past whom they trusted. Just like the koala analogy, remember that. Because they let someone in too close, and so they've never fully recovered from that betrayal or hurt. And they're afraid to let you or me or anyone else in close, for fear they'll be betrayed and hurt all over again. Usually it takes a trained eye or a professional to pick up on this, but the Holy Spirit can just as easily reveal this to us if we are attuned to His voice. What should we do then? Should we give up on that individual who's hurt and needs help? Well, if we are not called to be the one to help, then we ought to back off and allow the Lord to bring the right person along the way who they can allow to reach into their soul. But if we're in relationship with the person, such as a spouse or a close family member or dear friend, a work colleague, then we do have a responsibility to help and to reach out to them. And here are 7 points how to reach out and help them. Number 1, first, pray for the person or the situation before you even broach the situation, challenge, or problem or the person. Pray for them. 2, then pray for yourself, for Holy Spirit wisdom. And 3, for sensitivity. As I said, number 4, for Holy Spirit wisdom. 5, trust God to give you the right time. Timing is important. 6, the right place. And 7, whether you need to know whether it ought to be one-on-one with the individual, which usually is the least threatening scenario, unless the person prefers to have someone else they desire present during that time of prayer and sharing. These situations are rarely resolved right away. It could be, but not often. Just like counseling, it might take multiple sessions. It may even take weeks, months, sometimes years, depending on how deep the hurt, wound, or rejection is. And friend, if you're the one called to minister to the hurting person, keep on keeping on. Press on gently and graciously, but deliberately and persistently, with purpose, commitment, and intentionality, all the while covering the person and the situation in prayer. It is important they know that they are loved unconditionally, even though they might spew or strike out against you, even though they might have outbursts of anger or spit nails at you occasionally, so to speak. Remember the injured koala, or whatever animal you might have seen caught in a hunter's snare. It wants to be helped. It needs the help, but it would snarl or claw or even try to bite you. It just can't help itself. It's involuntary self-defense. What did we do for the koala when it was hurt? To prevent ourselves from getting clawed and mauled, we covered it with a thick, heavy blanket. Not a thin sheet, but a heavy blanket. So also for the hurting person. Cover them in prayer. Thick, heavy, soaking prayer. Often, daily, regularly. And if they snarl at you, how should you react? Should you react the same way? No. We would speak kindly and graciously even to a hurting animal. How much more should we speak kindly and graciously to a hurting person? Can you see the helpfulness in this analogy? And do keep in mind that all this emotional pain and hurt stems from rejection. Rejection could have been by a parent or a child, or ill treatment by a family member or a school teacher, a boss, a colleague, maybe a bully, or abusive relationship. It could be any one or more of a number of things. In fact, sometimes the hurt has been so deep, the person may not just reject you outright, but they might not even recognize what you're trying to do, that you're trying to be a help. They might wonder if something's wrong with you. Again, the key is to be low-key in your approach. And if you would apply those 7 steps I mentioned above, I'll quick run through them again. Pray for the personal situation, then pray for yourself. Be sensitive. Ask for Holy Spirit wisdom. Look for the right time, the right place, and whether it needs to be one-on-one, which is the ideal situation, or if the party prefers to have somebody else with them. So, be low-key and apply those 7 steps. If you were blessed, would you subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, like, share, and comment below? God bless you.